A full recovery. She's a lucky young lady.
Relatively speaking, getting tossed through a second-story window is hardly what I call luck.
What is this?
Oh.
Looks like a chewed-up resume?
Oh, please. Mud. My literal bête noire.
Mud?
Mud, as in dog, your name is Mud. The canine, formerly known as Penny.
Oh. Well, you know, Taya, she could cash in on personal injury. Blair, she really did a number on her.
Well, I think it's the other way around.
Come on. Taya's the one who ended up with a broken collarbone and busted ribs.
Only because she goaded Blair until Blair snapped and then gave her the old heave-ho.
You really believe that?
Yeah. And it's not just because Blair told me, but because it makes sense for two reasons. Number one, Blair's desires begin and end with having custody of Star. Now, why would she go and generate tons of negative publicity the night before the hearing?
That's a fair question.
Mm-hmm. And second, and most importantly, Taya and Todd not pressing charges.
Yeah, that's right. You know, Bo told me that Todd dropped by your house last night and gave you that news flash. But I'd have to go along with Bo. There really is no reason to formally charge Blair.
Oh, yes! And they said the DA had no sense.
Who does? Yeah, well, anyway, the truth be told, I'm glad I'm not taking this to court. The farther I am away from Todd and Taya, the better I feel.
More time we have for other pressing matters, like deciphering dog-gnawed resumes.
Oh, yeah. Bo also said that you were looking for an assistant. You know, maybe that's the dog's way of telling you that you'd be better off hiring a personnel agency. Let them find one for you.
I'm doing just fine, thank you very much. I can handle this all myself. As a matter of fact, I've managed to make a whole slew of appointments for myself, all by myself.
Yeah, well, then you're setting yourself up for a major, major hassle.
Oh, I don't know. The day started out so great, you decided to drop charges out against Blair, so what can keep it from going that way?
2 words. Job applicant.
You worry too much.
Yeah, right.
Cool. Mrs. Buchanan?
No, that would be me, not him. Hi. Dara, right? I've been expecting you.
Cool.
Will, why don't you come on in and sit down and we'll get busy.
Cool.
Cool.
Hello?
Kevin, hi, Andrew.
Andrew? Hey, what can I do for you?
Well, I was calling to see if Cassie was awake, but I can tell by the whisper that she's not.
Yeah, she had to cover that, Taya Blair horror story last night, so she got in really late.
Right.
Is there a problem? Is there something with River? I'll wake her up.
No, don't wake her up. River is absolutely fine. Actually, I was just calling to see if Cassie was all right.
Why shouldn't she be?
So she didn't mention that to you last night?
No, when she got home, I was already asleep. Why? What happened to her?
Well, obviously nothing earth-shaking. I'm sure she would have woken you up.
Andrew, do me a favor. Don't stonewall me, okay?
Well, let's just say that, you know, she was, after everything that happened last night, she was just feeling kind of bad, and we'll leave it at that. Let her sleep, you know, I guess that's the best thing for her.
Right.
Would you do me a favor? Just tell her if she's still feeling shaky that she's welcome to call me.
Sure.
Morning. Oh, thought I heard that phone ring. Let me guess. My mother.
No. Andrew. He wanted to know how you were doing. Seems I went to bed too early last night.
Oh.
Hey,
Hi.
hey, you're back.
Yes.
How's Taya?
She's in stable condition. The doctor says she's going to be just fine. No complications whatsoever.
Man, I can't believe that even happened. I mean, one minute she's fine, the next, bam, she's flying through plate glass window.
Well, let's just hope that she heals and she never has to go through anything like that again.
Well, I think she's just getting started.
Chris!
Hey, come on, you heard Andrew. Trouble goes with the territory. I mean, for somebody so smart like Tay, I mean, winding up with a loser like Todd is really stupid. I'll get it.
You know, I had serious thoughts of calling Abuelita and letting her know that Taya was in the hospital and why, but I just couldn't. I just knew the news would break her heart.
Sure took a piece out of mine.
Mommy, it's a lady from Child Services. She says it's about Eli.
EMA tomorrow.
Yes, I see. I understand. Thank you. Goodbye. Well, they completed the review. The placement remains approved.
You are going to be Eli's foster mother.
No, they still think that I'm a good choice.
You
We're
bet.
good match.
Of course they think. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Wait. They didn't care that the kid copped your boyfriend's motorcycle and crashed it?
Actually...
That's some really good review process they got over there, Mom. Real good.
Actually, Christian, the agency was even more convinced that I was the right choice for Eli because he took Hank's bike, because that just shows how desperately he needs a home. And you want to know what else they said?
No, that's all right.
Okay, look, come on now. Obviously you're not doing back handsprings about the prospect of having Eli as a foster brother, but will you at least hear your mother out?
I think it might change your mind.
Fine. What else did they say? What?
Well, the social worker's convinced that once Eli gets into a routine, you know, a day-to-day living with us, that he'll calm right down.
That's good.
And then he'll be able to really mourn his mother's loss without all the, you know, the bike stealings and the ketchup squirtings that have been part of the process.
Great.
I bet that will make Hank feel a lot better about Eli.
Sure?
And listen, chances are, you know, after some time, Eli might start to feel better about himself. I think he's really going to have a chance at having a decent life.
Kristen, you do realize what a gift this is to Eli. It's a kid who hasn't had a break his entire life.
Yeah, I know.
You know, I got to admit that despite all the exasperation and teeth clenching, courtesy of Eli, especially at first, I'm still going to miss the kid.
I'm sure you are.
Yeah, but I know it's best for him to be with your family. So you just bring in that Vega love.
Well, it's going to take a little bit more processing of the paperwork and probably next week. You okay with that?
Oh, that's fine. That's fine with me because I've got it all worked out.
Worked out?
Mm-hmm.
How?
Well, my work-study gig at school is bringing in some bucks, and so are the cartoons I'm doing for the banner. And since Antonio's apartment's available once Eli moves in with you, then I'm just going to move out.
Actually, you missed a milestone.
Well, leave it to me to be unconscious while history is being made.
Last night in the hospital, when I was covering the Taya end of things, I ran into Andrew. It was the first time since the divorce we were able to get together without getting angry with each other. In fact, he helped me.
Really? How?
I know that Taya was the casualty last night, but Blair is the one I was worried about. She's my cousin. I love her. And I know what it's like to feel desperate.
Is she?
Yes, I think she is, Kevin. She's in agony. Last night, when she most needed to show the world how stable and patient and even-tempered she can be, she shoved her daughter's stepmother through a window.
You think Taya provoked her?
Listen, Blair is willful, she's hot-headed, she's a lot of other things, but she's not stupid. She would never do anything to jeopardize her getting Star back.
Unless, of course, she was provoked.
Which she was. Come on, Kevin, you heard that scream she let out when she realized what she had done. It was like a life shattered. I wanted to go see her, all right? And I just didn't want to go to Mother's alone.
Because Blair was still sort of steamed at you for rustling up Addie the other day? Oh, wait a minute. So you asked Andrew to go with you and be your point man?
He wasn't exactly Mr. Enthusiasm about it, but then he agreed.
Well, how'd that go?
Mother went berserk, okay? She insisted that the only reason Taya got to Blair was because Blair was already on edge after I had upset Addie.
So in other words, Taya flying out the window is your fault.
You know, in my mother's world, everything is always somebody else's fault. So Andrew was able to move things to relative civility.
Well, Andrew's an ace at that civility stuff.
Sweetheart, please. I wish it could have been you. But Andrew was just there.
Okay, I understand. But on the other hand, Andrew didn't have to be there. Because I very well could have been if he really wanted me to.
So, aside from some light filing, most of your time will be spent on the phone.
Cool.
You like phone work?
It's cool.
Phone work implies contact with clients. Lots of it. All day long. Interaction, communication, connection.
Cool.
I'm sorry. I'm just afraid that I'm wasting your time. I don't think this job is going to provide you with the proper showcase for your skills.
Cool.
I thought you might say that. But thank you so much. Cool.
Hey there, Miss Buchanan.
Oh.
I'm your 1015.
Hi.
Actually, I've been here since 9, but I made myself scarce so I wouldn't interfere with your 9:30.
Oh, thank you very much. Well, Miss 1015, if you could wait till 1016, I'm just going to clear my voice message.
No need. Here are your messages. The phone was ringing out here, so I hung around long enough to answer it. I hope you don't mind.
Mind? No. Heck, it beats cool by a long shot. Come on in.
Get ready for even...
Thank you very much for taking down my messages.
Well, they're in alphabetical order. Of course, I could do them chronologically if you're more interested in when than who.
No, I just want to read them.
Here's an extra copy of my resume, in case the dog ate the first one I sent you or something.
Something. Okay. You think of everything, don't you?
Well, that's my job, isn't it?
Yes, but I reserve the right to dress myself.
You know, it's interesting that you should mention that, because when I was with Boiler, Yackler, and Cryer in Atlanta, see it, second line?
Yes.
I actually did pick out my boss's clothes.
You mixed and matched for the senior partner?
Well, he just needed a little organizational help, I suppose, as so many lawyers do. In fact, when I was with Goldberg and Silverman, I was part of their office redesign team.
Excuse me, what are you doing?
These really should be in chronological order. Oh, dear.
What?
Your chair.
A chair?
A more ergonomically friendly model would do wonders for those sagging shoulders. In fact, when you sit with your legs crossed like that, brings out those spider veins 40% quicker than any other position. It's so dry in here. First 3 things I'm going to do after you hire me is humidify, humidify, humidify.
Good morning.
It just took a turn for the better, I'll give it that. Coffee? There's a fresh pot.
No, thank you. This is not a social visit.
No, you've got that square-shouldered thing going on. Well, can you at least sit?
Yeah, sure. Listen, I'm gonna get right to it. Jakar, our paths are gonna cross as long as we're both in Landview.
One of the first things I dug about this town.
Look, you're not making this very easy.
I may not like what I'm about to hear, but let's have it.
All right. When you came to my cabin the other day, you nearly knocked my socks off.
Nearly means it didn't happen.
Look, I can't tell you how flattered I was that you came all that way just to find me.
I was hoping you'd want to be found.
Yeah. Yeah, at some other point. That's for sure. But, well, like the old song, to misquote it, it could have been the start of something big.
But, like the other song says, we're just friends.
Look, Carlotta and I, we've got a really good thing going, and I'm just not gonna mess with that.
Gotcha. Well, I can't say the morning's as rosy as it was a minute ago, but I appreciate your honesty. Now, listen. If you and Carlotta ever call it quits, you should swing by. I might still be interested.
Well, it would never work. And even if I weren't crazy about Carlotta, well, listen, the fact is, I shouldn't even be here right now.
Oh, well, why is that?
Because, Jakara, anything even close to closeness between us is way too dangerous.
I did want you with me.
Obviously not enough to call.
Look, Kevin, come on. It feels as if half the world is already furious with me. I really couldn't stand it if you were added to the list.
I'm not mad at you. I am disappointed. And a little bit hurt. I mean, because, you know, I was lying before when I said I understand, because I don't. I don't understand why you just couldn't pick up the phone and ask me to come with you.
Okay, look, let me try to explain, all right? I mean, a week and a half or so ago, I went to Austria to see David Rinaldi. Only I didn't get to see my father because my mother did or said something to him that made him head for the hills. My own father would prefer to go into hiding than to talk to me.
I know, and it was very tough for you to take, I know.
All right. Well, you know, the hits just keep coming, Kevin. Yesterday afternoon, Addie lost it. And last night, Blair lost it. And a few hours later, when the lucky ones among us were asleep, my mother lost it. Right? You know, that's a lot of nasty surprises for one person to take. It feels as if my family is coming apart. Or at least I am exiled from it.
That's all the more reason to dial our number. Say, Kevin, honey, I need you.
Kevin, honey, I needed Andrew as a safe and solid friend.
As opposed to me.
What we have is still so new to me. I'm still so new to me. And last night, at least, I needed some deeper roots.
And that was Andrew.
Yes. Come on, we fought like enemies toward the end of our marriage, but that doesn't cancel out all the years we had together. Come on, we share a history, and you have to understand how important that is to me.
I do. And, hey, I remember how amazing Andrew was in the diner that crazy day with Ernesto Soto. He was calm and clear and strong. And, I mean, why wouldn't you want the guy in your corner? He's great in a crisis. But, Cass, next time, I want it to be me, this guy, that you call for that sense of security, all right?
Right.
We don't have to give up any of the fun that we already have in our relationship.
You wouldn't hear of it.
Do you understand how much I love you?
I am so lucky. You are just so wonderful to me.
With you, baby, it's easy. Something wrong?
It's not right. None of this. I feel like I'm cheating you.
Why?
Because whatever I need, whether it's support or approval or a shot of confidence, you give it to me. Without hesitation.
I love you.
But you never ask for anything in return.
Cassie, this isn't a business deal. I don't have somebody sitting over in the corner with a ledger trying to figure out who owes how much for what. Besides, I am hardly suffering.
Thanks. Just seems so one-sided.
Oh, no. When I wake up in the morning and I look over at you and you're lying there with your head on my pillow and your hair's strewn all across your face, well, I say to myself, I have everything I could ever want.
Except for 3 little words.
It's not a big deal.
Hey, listen. We have enough history together for me to know that that's not true. I haven't been able to tell you that I love you. And I know that's like an albatross that's hanging between us that we have politely agreed not to acknowledge.
Be nice to hear you say it.
Yeah, I know.
Look, we are going to be together for a very long time. So eventually those 3 little words won't be such a big deal. To say, I mean.
I'm glad to hear you say that, because I really feel as if every day I'm getting closer to understanding what those words mean. I just don't want you to give up on me.
Do I look like a guy with 1 foot out the door? Hey, I rushed things with Leanne. Look where it got me, divorced. So now, a firm believer in patience.
I'm glad. Because I love you became a trap with Andrew. Instead of dealing with our problems, we just dutifully chirped, I love you, and pretended that everything was okay.
No, that was not my idea of a good time.
Oh, not mine, not anymore. When I say those words this time, I want them to feel as if I have never said them before. I want them to come easily and simply and from the deepest place in me. And I think they will. Because I'll be saying them to you.
How can you say that to me? It's like you want me to choose between you and Eli?
That's not in my head at all.
The timing would suggest otherwise.
Moving on would just make sense.
So I'm supposed to believe that this is just strictly a practical decision?
It is. Mom, look, I'm getting paid for my art now, okay? I need peace, I need quiet and space. Eli is deaf to that, all right? He's like a 5'3" tornado.
Christian, he's a teenager.
And that's cool with me, but why should that screw up my life?
I think maybe you're being a little bit selfish here.
Well, I am not the only one doing what I want. I told you from the beginning, this whole Eli thing was just a bad move, and you went ahead and did it anyway, right?
So now you're punishing me?
No, I'm not. Mom, look, I've thought about this long and hard, okay? And Tony's apartment is not going to be unrented for long, and I've got to make my move. As a matter of fact, I told the landlord that I would leave my deposit like now.
Then go, get your apartment.
Mommy, please don't be mad at me, all right? I am not doing this to make you feel crummy. I love you. It's just that I think now I should make some changes. Now is the right time. Mom, look at it this way. I mean, I'm only going to be a couple of blocks away, just like Antonio was.
You better hurry. Your landlord's waiting.
All right. I'll see you later. Bye.
Hey, you okay?
Christian is dead set against this Eli moving in so much that he's willing to move out. Eli doesn't even want to be here. Hank thinks I'm completely crazy, so no, I'm not okay. In fact, I think I may be making the biggest mistake of my life.
Let me guess. This isn't about fear of intimacy. This is about fear of intimacy with your brother's business partner.
Exactly. You see, RJ and I were at each other's throats, even since we were old enough to reach for them. I mean, combative, competitive, story of our lives.
And here you are sharing the same zip code.
Yeah, well, if you think that's too close for comfort, try getting involved with you. Now, that would really be too close. In fact, it's felt a little tight as it is.
I'm sorry.
Well, it's not your fault. But I don't want it to be my problem. So if you will just excuse me, I think I'll get out of here before RJ shows up and gives me a mega dose of his attitude. Huh?
Well, just a second. You know, Hank, I even like the way you kick a sister to the curb. Carlotta's a lucky woman. Thank you.
Yeah. Pardon the interruption, but you have a phone call in my office.
Oh, who is it?
Someone from L.A. Said it was urgent, which it must be because it's barely dawn there. Do you want to take it?
Sure.
So, you know the music doesn't start till after dark, brother. So why are you here at this strange hour?
Dropped by to wrap up some unfinished business with your car.
Business type business? Or are we deep into euphemism?
RJ, don't start with me.
I seriously want to know. Because it looked like there was some major unfinished business of the personal variety at that auction last night between the two of you.
Well, that's just not true.
Well, I guess it's not true that you and Carlotta looked, dare I say, a bit stiff together?
Carlotta and I are doing great. Better than ever.
Okay. Then I guess you haven't hit the wall yet.
What are you talking about?
Oh, come on. Happens to every couple. You know, that point in the relationship when it's not new enough to be a total rush, but neither of you's ready to commit. You and the senora are there, aren't you?
Didn't Mama used to say the best way to get no answers is to ask too many questions?
Look, I need to split for a while. I'll be back.
Oh, what's up?
Oh, you know, there's always something to take care of.
Yeah, maybe I should take off myself.
Oh, no, not so fast. We've got to wrap up our unfinished business.
Christian is not just your son, he's a man. Maybe he wants to spread his wings. This whole Eli thing gives him an excuse to do that.
Okay. But did he have to make me feel like a fool courting disaster while he did it?
It's possible that he feels guilty about leaving you alone, or maybe he's just plain scared for you. The kid just doesn't have the words to express it.
Oh, great. So now I'm the one feeling guilty and scared.
Okay, I'm just saying, don't let Christian eat at you.
You know, Hank may be the next one to walk out, too.
Carlotta, that is not going to happen.
No. Hank doesn't like Eli very much more than Christian does.
Frankly, I think that Hank, Christian, and Eli are all going to come around.
Oh, really? And what makes you so sure?
You. I know you. You are a miracle worker.
Oh.
Hey, look at Antonio. You remember when no one in this town believed him? Look at him now. He's married. Law school. He's a leader.
Well, Hank did go from wanting Tonio behind bars to dancing like a mambo king at his wedding.
Absolutely.
And I guess when it comes right down to it, I have a lot of experience, you know, proving people's worst fears wrong.
There you go. And no matter how daunting Eli has been, I've never seen you that scared.
No. No, he's not going to make me run from him. No, I feel the Lord prompting me in this one, Andrew. I have to do this, Andrew. And I won't give in, and I won't get out of the way.
Okay. Now promise me you're going to remember that the first time Eli throws a fit in Casa Vega.
Deal.
All right.
I'm going to stand on God's favorite message. Love conquers fear.
Okay. Before we go any further, I just have a couple of questions I'd like to ask you. Do you use the word cool to the exclusion of any other word in your vocabulary?
No.
Oh, good. Do you have a problem with dry humidity?
No.
Fabulous. Okay. Let's see what we have here. Oh, wow. You clerked for Justice Pinshaw in Washington? That must have been something.
It was a job.
Yeah, I understand that, but, I mean, that's quite an experience. I mean, if you can cut it with Emil Pinshaw, then you must be very, very capable. rumor has it he works so hard, his idea of a vacation is going to the office with no tie.
I never saw him without a tie.
Well, I guess he wasn't on vacation then.
He wouldn't have come in if he was on vacation.
You're right. I was just, it was a joke. Kidding. I was, kidding.
Strictly speaking, vacation means an emptying or departure from. Therefore, a person on vacation would, by definition, be gone.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Speaking of gone, why don't we call it a day and you can be gone? Home. You can go home. Thank you. You know what? And, I will give you a call if I can think of any definitions I need. Thank you so much. Appreciate the time. Bye-bye. And the dog ripped this one up while I was at it. Just a minute.
Hank says you're a top-flight lawyer.
Oh, he does? How very nice of him.
I'm hoping that's true because I need help.
Beginning to understand what love means. But
You're not there yet.
No. Disappointed you again, huh?
No. Casa would not be here if I needed to hear those 3 words on my timetable. Like you said, it has to come from the deepest part of you. And for that, I'm willing to wait.
You amaze me. You are so generous.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm selfish. I want the best, the real thing, all for myself. And I think eventually I'll get it, too. That's right. Because when you finally do purse those pretty little lips together and say those words, Kevin, I love you. It's gonna be the sweetest sound ever. By the way, thank you.
For what?
For bringing up the albatross. It took a lot of guts considering the last time I brought up the L word was during the Truth or Dare thing, and I think I pretty much made us both regret it.
Chalk it up to history in the making.
Okay. What's this?
Well, I figured since I'm having trouble with my words that I would show you how I feel about it.
Oh, well, that is a stellar idea, yes, but I think you should wait until this evening.
Why?
Because don't you have to get ready for Blair's custody hearing?
I don't want to go.
Excuse me?
With Taya hospitalized and Blair mortified, I doubt there'll be a hearing today. Besides, if there is one, with my mother and Blair so enraged at me, I doubt they'll want me there.
Wrong. Cass, I do know what love means. At least enough to know that Blair is 100% totally nuts about you. And Dorian, forget about it. She's gonna love you forever, no matter what you do. Poor thing.
I'm not so sure.
Look, you're scared that you're losing your family. All the more reason to hit that courtroom, show them that you're not gonna let them slip away without a fight. Right? Now, come on. Go out there. Be a Kramer.
It's time to stop playing your little games, Henry. See, this is the part where you say you have no clue what I mean.
Well, you took the words right out of my mouth. Come on, if you have a gripe, just give it to me straight.
Oh, I'll give it to you in one word. One proper noun, 3 syllables. Jakara.
You've got no worry on that score.
Come on, everybody can see. The lady's locked on you like a smart bomb. And you couldn't make yourself an easier target if you painted a bullseye on your chest.
Look, I just came by here to
Yeah,
tell
you came
Jakara.
by here. My place. See, that was the tip-off. Ever since Jakara made the scene, well, so do you. You're practically an Indigo regular these days.
Wait a minute. What am I hearing? Are you telling me that you're putting this place off limits to me?
Hey, if that's what it takes to stop you from sniffing around after Jakara.
There is nothing going on between Jakara and me.
Yeah, so you say. But the lady is my partner. Mine. And you're not gonna worm your way into her head, heart, bed, or anything else.
Look, I am with Carlotta.
Yeah, I've heard that. You keep saying that, but we both know what happens anytime I find something I care about. You gotta fix it. Mess with it. Put your name on it. Make it yours. Put your scent all over it, which means you're poisoned.
That's a lie.
Hey, well, call me overly cautious. But there's no way in hell I'm gonna let you do your big brother number on what I've got going with Jakara. And that is a promise.
Hank is right. I am an excellent attorney. That's because I'm so organized and disciplined, despite what potential assistants may say.
That's good.
No, not good for you, though. Because I'm so organized and so disciplined, I don't see anyone without an appointment. And, oh, you don't have an appointment, so I can't see you.
It seems you're already seeing me.
Nope, I'm not seeing you.
You know, I don't see anyone else here at the moment.
Somebody's going to be here very shortly.
You know, when shortly's up, I'll leave. In the meantime, I need some legal advice.
I think you need a hearing test. I said I can't see you, and that can expand to all day long.
You know, lady, what is your problem?
My problem right now is you. I have a very busy schedule. You come barging in here.
You know, damn it, I'm in trouble. And I don't know what to do about it.
Stay tuned for scenes from the next One Life to Live.